in the game, but once he gets going, his long kicking, which is something the Deloraine players should watch and take notice of, is something that really they've got to take notice of it, because he's a player that kicks long and he pushes it forward all the time. Other players, they'll kick short, they'll kick wide, indirect, and go defensive when they should be attacking. I thought that other good players for Wynyard, Reynolds at full-back, Tammins in the back pocket, Cox, Herring, Taylor, of course, with his 7 goals. But once you've got players up the ground who are feeding you so well, then it makes it easy for a full forward. And when it was like yesterday, Deloraine's defence was very, very loose, and there was no opposition for Taylor at times. Players who were supposed to be on him were yards away, and this allowed him the freedom that he enjoyed, and he could have ended up with 10, maybe more goals, Shane.
Gardam is a good player for the Wynyard team, ex-Union representative, and he looks to be continuing on his brilliant form this year.
Yes, he took out of the centre there many possessions yesterday, a strong play. He was a player in the first quarter when everybody else was running around trying to work out that they were at a football match. He was one player who was really getting in under packs, taking the ball out and trying to bustle his way and get some system going for Wynyard.
He's a real goer, and he had a bit of a go at the umpires today.
Oh, yes, one of those little things that happened. It may have taken a few seconds to get over, but he just was trying to dance with the umpire at one stage there. I don't think the umpire wanted to dance. He'd sooner dance with his wife. But he's a tremendous player, Gardam. Pass there, you see. He's kicks long, as I said, and was trying to break up the play and was always constructive with whatever he was doing.
So we see him here in the centre of the ground taking on the big opponents and getting a push in the back there. He's pretty keen about that decision.
Yes, he was on the umpy side there against Thomas. Thomas, in the end, as I said before, was a good player for Deloraine, but he was slow to start. Gardam once again, big long kick straight into the forward line, puts the Deloraine backs under tremendous pressure.
This is the one, Steve. He nudges Hewitt out of the way.
Yes, well, I don't blame him. He was being held on, but I don't think the ball should have been taken off him in the first place. But that's the way it goes, and you've got to put up with those things and to try and dance with the umpire in the middle of the game. Well, there's plenty of time afterwards. They did have a cabaret at Deloraine last night.
So there he is, having a quiet word to him. Who was the umpire?
That's umpire Sandman, and the other one was Joe Stepses. Both umpires came in for a bit of rubbishing from the crowd yesterday, but really the umpires didn't have any effect on the game as far as the end result. I thought that Wynyard ran out quite easy winners with a more effective forward line, a stronger defence and a winning centre line.
So Wynyard running out 43-point winners over Deloraine, 19 goals 15 to 12 goals 14. Here's some highlights of the game.
Now the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Wayne Beaumont to do the ruck work for the Cats. As the ball comes down, here comes Lennox through the pack, ducks his head down, loses control of the ball. Picked up by Wayne Johnson. The handball comes out wide. Coming through the pack is Keane. Left foot snap. Goal to the roof. Tries to play on now. Goes onto the left foot. Good kick too, right up into the centre of the ground. And no one can take the mark as the ball hits the deck. Out of the pack comes Michael Woods. Woods looks forward, swings onto his right boot. Mark taken up in the pocket. Out comes the handball. Running through the pack here is Johnston. Johnston goes forward, finds the big full forward there, and Kevin Taylor. The defence of Deloraine now working overtime as they clear the ball out, going to, oh, one hand to Michael Hewitt. No one can pick the ball out. Dale Tubb scoops it out towards Tim Johnston. Johnston goes the handball towards the skipper. Phil Moyer can't gather control of the ball now. Now he does. Dummies back. Looks forward. Goes the handball to Lennox. Lennox running home into a 35-metre open goal and bangs another one home for Deloraine. Here comes the defence of the Cats. The big long handball comes out towards the half-back flank. Michael Woods goes for one bounce. Looks forward. The big left foot drop punt kick goes forward. No one home at the moment. Here comes Richard Wells. Bounces off his chest. Oh, snipping in quickly is Johnston. Johnston goes the handball to Gardam, and Gardam bangs another one home. Mark Odom with the ball. Doesn't go long this time. He decides to go in short to centre half forward. No one can take the mark. Bursting out of the pack is Anthony Loon. Ducks around one player. Snaps it onto the right boot. Has a shot at the goals and scores another one for Deloraine. Tammins to bring the ball back into play for Wynyard. Favours the left boot. Big drop punt kick right up towards centre half back. Gets a good kick too. Off the hands of the pack. Johnston, left foot in the air. No one can judge the ball at the moment. Here's Wells. Wells came to Deloraine from Beauty Point last year. Showing pace. Comes in towards centre half forward. Can the mark be taken? Yes, it is. Darren Hewitt. Hewitt goes in towards full forward. No one can take the mark. Claxton snaps. Goal to the Roos.
3 votes yesterday I gave to Gardam. A tremendous game for Wynyard. Gregson on the wing, a tremendous dasher and deliverer of the ball, and 1 to Phil Moyer for never giving up and for his direct kicking and showing the Deloraine players how to play.
Yes, well, he's a great player, Ian Gardam. He certainly fired up yesterday and fired his side to a good win over Deloraine. At the game at Ulverston,